Back here at home, a Senate panel passed a resolution yesterday authorizing a military strike against Syria. But passing a similar bill in the House promises to be a much tougher sell. Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning, Nora. In fact, we're even hearing now that the House may not be able to hold its vote until mid-September because so many House members are either on the fence or leaning no. Over in the Senate, things are going a little more smoothly for the administration with that successful vote in the Senate Foreign Relations Committee yesterday, paving the way for a vote in the full Senate as soon as early next week.
Three Republican senators, John McCain, Bob Corker, and Jeff Flake, joined nearly all the Democrats on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee in a 10-7 vote in favor of striking Syria, so long as the president does not put boots on the ground and completes his strikes within 60 days.
I think we have narrowly defined what this administration and president can do for a purpose that serves beyond our own peace and security, a good for the whole world.
Critics like Texas Republican Ted Cruz argued limited strikes amount to a slap on the wrist that would only encourage Syria's regime.
Wouldn't doing nothing encourage them too?
I believe the U.S. military should be focused on one thing: protecting the vital national security interest of the United States of America.
The secretaries of state and defense were asked about the risks of non-action at a House Foreign Affairs hearing.
If we do nothing, what is the likelihood, in your judgment, that Bashar al-Assad will use chemical weapons as a routine weapon to turn the tide of this civil war?
I think the likelihood is very high. He would use them again.
I agree completely. I might even put it at 100%.
Many lawmakers at the hearing said they were being swamped with calls not to strike Syria.
This represents about 300 emails that my office has gotten, and not a one member in my district in South Carolina, or the emails of people that have contacted my office say, go to Syria and fight this regime. To a letter, they say no. Do not go into Syria.
Others argued the nation was duty-bound to act, regardless of public opinion.
If we can stand up and say that chemical weapons have no place in this world and we can do something about it, God help us if we don't.
At the hearing, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff was asked how the U.S. military would avoid hitting civilians with possible strikes, and he replied that the Syrian regime has already begun placing prisoners around sensitive military targets. But, Charlie and Nora, he claims that the U.S. military can track those movements and account for them.